Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed data handling, chapter 14, data handling. In that, we discussed how to represent the data, raw data and organized data, how to represent the pictograph, and also we discussed the tally marks. So, what do you mean of pictograph? Any data collected can be arranged and represented in the form of pictures. Yes, we should represent in the form of pictures is called pictograph, right? Yes, next is tally marks. Tally marks are used for counting things. For every one score, a vertical line is used. Those topics and all we already discussed in the last session. That is nothing but, once again I recall it, pictograph and tally marks. Now the new topic, that is nothing but bar graphs. This already you studied in your 4th standard itself. Let's recall it and we'll discuss the how to represent the bar graphs. Listen to me. A pictograph is a good and attractive representation of numerical data. However, it has its limitations. Sometimes it is not possible to show data accurately using a pictograph. Yes, we should not accurately, we can't show the data using pictograph because we are using the pictures. We are representing the data by using pictures only. So, it may not possible to show the data accurately using a pictograph. So, we are going to some other representation, that is nothing but bar graph. For example, given below is the data for the number of patients that visit a doctor during a week. So, here they gave one example: Sunday 23, Monday 19, Tuesday 14, Wednesday 28, Thursday 22, Friday 9 and Saturday 31. As shapes are used to represent the numbers in a pictograph, the numbers shown above cannot be represented accurately using a pictograph. Can you understand? Yes, because we are representing a pictures in the pictograph. Yes, but here we are going to represent the bar graph using vertical and horizontal line, and we are going to give the accurate values using the bar graphs. To represent such data, we can use bar graphs. Yes, you just underline it. Yes. Now, a bar graph is a graphical representation of numerical data in the form of rectangular bars of equal width. So, you are going to take some equal rectangular bars of equal width to represent the graphical representation of the numerical data. The height of each bar represents the value of the data it represents. A bar graph gives a quick comparison of the given data. Yes, it is very easy to compare the representations. What are the details given in the question? That is very easy to compare with the other questions. Yes, bar graphs can be drawn either vertically or horizontally. Let us draw a bar graph for the number of patients who visited a doctor during a week. So, here they given some of the steps how to draw the bar graph. Let's see one by one. Let's discuss the steps to represent the bar graph one by one. Here I take the question. So, Sunday 23, Monday 19, Tuesday 14, Wednesday 28, Thursday 22, Friday 9, Saturday 31. Now the first step, draw a horizontal and a vertical line on a squared paper. So I draw the horizontal line and the vertical line. Now step 2, choose a suitable scale, say 1 unit equal to 5 patients. This is very important one. We should use the scale. In bar graph, we should mention the scale, that is the important thing. So, I am writing here scale 1 unit is equal to 5 patients. So it represents 5 patients for 1 unit, right? Now, step 3. Along the vertical line. So this is the vertical line. Along the vertical line, mark points at equal length and label these points as starting from 0, 5, 10 and so on. So according to our data, I am going to take the values as 0, 5, 10 and so on. So starting from 0 and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yes. So now step 4. Along the horizontal line. So this is our horizontal line. Draw 7 bars for 7 days. Because in the question we are taking 7 days. Sunday to Saturday. The bars should be of equal width and their height should show the number of patients. So now we are going to draw the number of patients. We are going to represent using the bar graphs. So in the horizontal line we have to take the 7 bars for 7 days. Let's take it. So this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and this of Saturday. Yes. Now, next step, keep uniform distance between the bars throughout. So, you should keep the distance throughout the bars, equal distance. Give a suitable heading to the bar graph. So, that is the very important thing. So, here I gave the title as patients data. So, whenever you are drawing the bar graph, the main noted thing is you should give the title of the bar graph. So, I gave here patients data and you should mention the scale 1 unit equal to 5 patients. According to the question, you should give the unit, scale units and title for the given question. Now, just draw the given data, draw the bar graph for the given data. Now, for Sunday, it is of 23. So, this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So, 23 will come here, right? So, just draw it along the Sunday. This is of 23. Now, for Monday, it's of 19. So, this is 10, this is 15 and this is 20. So, in between 19 will come. So, draw the lines for Monday bar graph. This is of 19. Next, on Tuesday it's of 14. So, 14 will lies between 10 and 15. So, this is of 14. And Wednesday it's of 28. So, this is 25. This is 30. So, it will lies between 25 and 30. So, I am just representing 28. Sorry. So, this is of 28 and Thursday it's of 22. So, it lies between 20 and 25. So, this is 22. For Friday it's of 9. So, it lies between 5 and 10. So, this is 9. And for Saturday it's of 31. So, it lies between 30 and 35. So, this is 31. So, like this way you have to represent the bar graph for the given question. Yes, let's discuss some of the checkpoint sums. Sorry, one more thing you have to mention it. Along the horizontal line we represent the number of days, that you have to mention as days. And along the vertical line we just representing the number of patients. So, here you just write number of patients. So keep in mind students, if suppose the question is of bar graphs, bar diagram means first you should draw the horizontal line and vertical line, then you should give the proper title for the given question, then you should write the scale and you should mention what the data you are taking in the horizontal line and what the data you are taking the vertical line. After that you should give the scale units according to the question. You can take 0, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6 etc. or 5, 10, 15 etc. Whatever it is according to the question. Look at the question numbers first, then for that you should take the scale values, then you should draw the bar graphs. Yes, always you should take the numerical value in the vertical line and data should be taken in the horizontal line. These are the things you should keep in mind while drawing the bar graphs. Now look at the checkpoint sum 3, which is of page number 257. Study the given bar graph and answer the following questions. So this is our bar graph. Now look at the bar graph carefully. So they given the first title, student score, and they are giving the scale 1 unit equal to 10 marks. Along the horizontal line they taken the data as students, and along the vertical line they taken the data as marks. Now look at the bar graph. So there are 6 students: Rohit, Tripti, Seema, Meenu, Neha, Purab. So they scored some of the marks, and regarding that they asked some of the questions that we have to answer it. You just analyze the bar graph first. Rohit scored 60 marks, Tripti scored 50 and Seema scored 80. Then Meenu scored 78 something, Neha scored 90, Purab scored 83. Now we analyzed the bar graph completely. So it has the title, it has the scale values and horizontal, vertical, all the data we completely analyzed. Let's move on to the question part. Let's answer the questions one by one. I'll write down the questions one by one and then we can answer each of the question. So first question, how many marks did Seema get? Now B question, what is the scale? What is the scale used in the bar graph? So second question is, what is the scale used in the bar graph? Now C question, who got 83 marks? And D question, who scored the least? And E question, who scored the highest and how much? And final F question, who will be ranked first and second in the class? Yes, I wrote all the questions. Now keeping the bar graph, we're just going to answer all the questions. Listen to me carefully. So first we analyzed the bar graph completely, right? So here we are having the title, we are having the scale, and what are the data we taken in horizontal and vertical lines, and and also student score, everything we marked. Yes, now we are going to answer the questions. First question, how many marks did Seema get? Look at the bar graph. This is Rohit, Trupti, Seema. So how many marks she got? 80 marks. So your answer is 80. Is it easy to understand? Yes, it's very easy. Using the bar graph, we are going to answer. What is the scale used in the bar graph? So clearly they given the scale. So 1 unit is equal to 10 marks. Yes, we answered the second question. Next, who got 83 marks? Look at the bar graph. Yes, tell me who got? Yes, very good. Answer is Purab. Now, D question. Who scored the least? Yes, look at the bar graph. Who scored the least? Yes, this is 60, 50, 80, 78, 90 and 83. So which one is the least among the 6 students? 50 is the least. So that got by Tripti. Yes. Now, E question. Who scored the highest and how much? So, again going to the bar graph. Who scored the highest and how much? In this, which one is the highest? Yes, 90 mark is the highest. And who scored that? That is scored by Neha. So, our answer is Neha. And how much the mark is? That is 90 marks. Yes. Now, last question. Who will be ranked first and second in the class? Yes. So, according to the data, who scored the highest? Just now we answered. That is nothing but Neha. And which one is the second score? Which is the highest second score? Yes, it's of 80. And this is of 83. Yes, this is 78. This is 60. This is 50. So, first we found out the highest one, that is 90. And Purab got 83. So, that is the second one. So, first rank goes to Neha and second one is of Purab. Yes, we answered all the questions. So like this way, by using the bar graphs, you have to answer the questions. It's very easy and very useful to represent the data using bar graph. Up to this, I conclude this session. Hope you all enjoy this session and you like to represent the bar graphs and pictographs, also tally marks, because it's very easy topic. Do the homework sums, practice every day. Thank you. Have a nice day.